Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issues a royal decree. On the advent of the blessed Eid al-Adha, His Majesty the Sultan exchanges cables of greetings with the kings and leaders of Arab and Islamic countries. His Majesty the Sultan confers Medal of Honor to the Chairman of the Museums of Russia, Director General of the Heritage Museum, and members of the Board of Trustees of the National Museum of the Sultanate of Oman. And tenders are announced for the implementation of the remaining parts of the Adam Hema Thamreit dual road project. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issues Royal Decree number 43 of 2023 on ratifying the agreement between the government of the Sultanate of Oman and the government of the Arab Republic of Egypt on the elimination of double taxation with regard to taxes on income, the prevention and avoidance of tax evasion. Article 1 ratifies the aforementioned agreement in accordance with the attached annex. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of its issue. On the advent of the blessed Eid al-Adha, His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq exchanged cables of greetings with the kings and leaders of the Arab and Islamic countries. In his cable, His Majesty the Sultan expressed his utmost greetings to the leaders along with his best wishes of good health, happiness and long life, and the people of their countries further progress and prosperity, praying to Allah the Almighty to achieve all aspirations of their people under their leadership, and for the return of this occasion on all Muslims with blessings and welfare. In their cables, the leaders expressed their sincere greetings and along with their best wishes to His Majesty the Sultan and the Omani people, praying to Allah to protect His Majesty, grant him good health and long life, achieve further progress and peace for his loyal people under his wise leadership, and praying to Allah for the return of this and similar occasions on His Majesty, the Omani people, and the Arab and Muslim nations with welfare and progress. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency André Rajoelina, President of the Republic of Madagascar, on his country's independence anniversary. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq confers Medal of Honor to Professor Mikhail Pitarvosky, Chairman of the Museum of Russia, Director General of the Hermitage Museum, and member of the Board of Trustees of the National Museum of the Sultanate of Oman, in recognition of his efforts and good contributions in strengthening cultural and museum cooperation between the National Museum and the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, and for his role in cultural and civilization promotion between the Sultanate of Oman and Russian Federation. The medal was handed over by His Excellency Sayyid Khalil bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court, when he received him at his office this morning with the attendance of His Excellency Jamal bin Hassan Al Musawi, Secretary General of the National Museum, and His Excellency the Charge d'Affaires of the Embassy of the Russian Federation of the Sultanate of Oman. The State Council has discussed the tourism draft law, which will further regulate the sector in light of seeking to raise its revenue in the gross domestic product. The Council also discussed 2 studies by the Technological Innovation Committee. The first is on legislative and regulatory controls of the e-commerce field, which has witnessed a drastic growth in the Sultanate of Oman, with a rate exceeding $1 billion Omani riyals. The second study was on the regulations and necessary infrastructure for electric cars, which are expected to reach 7,000 cars in the Sultanate of Oman in 7 years. The session was chaired by His Excellency Sheikh Abdul Malik bin Abdullah Al Khalili, Chairman of the State Council. The General Secretariat of the Tender Board, in cooperation with the Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology, has announced the issuance of tenders for the implementation of the remaining 3 parts of the Adam Haima Thamreit Dual Road project, starting from the Wilaya of Haima to the Wilaya of Thamreit, with a length of 400 kilometers. The competition will be limited to local companies specialized in implementation infrastructure projects in the Sultanate of Oman and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia through a joint Omani-Saudi consortium. The completion of the implementation of this project will strengthen the existing Omani-Saudi strategic partnership, open new opportunities for the private sector in 2 countries, and contribute to enhancing cooperation, exchanging experiences and knowledge between them. Oman Investment Authority announced the allocation of 100 million Omani riyals to support Muscat Stock Exchange through the initiative Liquidity Fund, which was launched by the authority in cooperation with the National Programme for Fiscal Sustainability and Fiscal Sector Development. Oman Investment Authority will be able to participate with a percentage of the daily trading on Muscat Stock Exchange, and stressed its readiness to cooperate with companies that will work on activating the market and attracting investments and new companies to the stock exchange in order to increase trading volume and therefore achieve sustainable growth. Still to come in our news bulletin. Surur Hapta witnesses a huge turnout of citizens to buy Eid goods and commodities. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Royal Army of Oman, represented by the Catering Directorate, concluded the UK annual rationing exercise in Grantham. The exercise witnessed a comprehensive participation from military, rationing and logistics units from various countries across the world. The exercise aims at improving Army's catering capabilities, enhancing the crew's logistical and administrative skills, and exchanging views and expertise by their counterparts. The exercise seeks to maximize food rationing capabilities during adverse conditions of military operations. The Civil Defense and Ambulance Authority announced its readiness to render its service for all visitors and residents of the Governorate of Dhofar during Kharif season. The authority redeployed its forces along the roads leading to the Governorate of Dhofar from Al Dakhliya to Al Dhahira and Al Wusta Governorates to respond fast to any report or call. The mobilization of fire ambulance and other rapid vehicles at strategic locations on the roads to Dhofar seeks to respond and report of accidents and provide first aid and rescue services. Telecommunications Services Project following up detecting all those projects' challenges and visiting some villages in South Sharqiya Governorate topped His Excellency the CEO of Telecommunications Regulatory Authority visit to South Sharqiya. More details in the following report.
The telecommunications sector in the Sultanate of Oman succeeded in achieving tremendous achievements in terms of improving the networks, in which a number of services are provided through them. As a result, as part of telecommunications services projects follow-up, in order to manage its challenges, Telecommunications Regulatory Authority presented in South Sharqiya Governor's Office all its telecommunications projects over the year 2022. As part of the telecommunications services following up, a number of villages in South Sharqiya were visited to check and improve mobile phone networks coverage, as well as to enhance internet connectivity to have a better quality of network. It's worth mentioning that 186 5G stations are installed in South Sharqiya till the moment. In addition, and as part of the meeting, Telecommunications Regulatory Authority and South Sharqiya Governor's Office presented the plan of the telecommunications sector in the South Sharqiya Governorate for the year 2023. Sultan bin Saif al-Sara'i from South Sharqiya Governorate, Wilaya of Sur.
The latest satellite images and analysis of the National Center for Early Warning of Multiple Hazards show that the Sultanate of Oman will be affected by an upper air trough starting from the 28th of June to the 1st of July 2023. Temperatures will drop to range between 35 to 45 degrees Celsius. Clouds advection is expected over most of the governorate starting Tuesday, with opportunities for sporadic thunderstorms, sometimes ranging between 10 and 30 millimeters, leading to the flow of tributaries and wadis during the noon and evening period, concentrated in the center and west of the mountain areas located in the governorates of Al-Dhahira, Al-Dakhliya, North and South Al-Batna, Al-Brahmi, and North and South Al-Sharqiya, with moderate to strong winds. While the seas will be rough on the coast of the Arabian Sea and the waves will be medium on the coast of the Sea of Oman. The Civil Aviation Authority calls on citizens and residents to take precautions during rainfall and water's flow, to check state before going to it, and to follow the weather forecast issued by the authority. With the advent of the blessed Eid al-Adha, Haftas or Eid markets continue in the wilayas of the Sultanate of Oman to buy Eid requirements during the first 9 days of the month of Dhu al-Hijjah. The market was crowded with sellers and buyers, as Hafta is a station for sellers and animal breeders who consider it a good place to sell. Many types of vegetables, fruits and dates are also available at the market. Foodstuff and commodities, in addition to some local products, are also available in abundance, as traditional shops, shopping malls and hypermarkets are in great numbers in the wilayas. Eid Haftas in the wilaya of Rostaq and in the wilaya of Ibri registered a commercial movement, especially in livestock auctions. They also included different Eid requirements, including Omani Halwa, which is one of the essential item and symbol of hospitality during Eid days. Meanwhile, in the governorate of Al-Dakhliya, Surur Hafta also witnessed a huge turnout of citizens to buy Eid goods and commodities. More details in the following report.
Since ancient times, people of the village of Surur in the wilaya of Sama'il have maintained conducting a traditional market amid this oasis of lush palm trees. Early in the morning on the 6th day of Dhul Hijjah, sellers, buyers and visitors attend Al-Habta market of Surur, creating such an exquisite scene.
We're coming here every year and we buy Eid item, like starting with first with the animals. We buy sheep and cow. I think you see every people here happy in Habta, and you see the children how is happy buy the gift, and also you see the young people here happy to meeting each other.
Surur Habta is a social gathering that portrays smiles on the faces of both children and adults. Children accompany their relatives to this traditional market to obtain what brings joy to their hearts. They move from one seller to another to buy a toy or a candy and feel the advent of the joyful Eid.
The prices, it is not high and not less. It is average. Children buy some sweets and some plays and different things because there are a lot of types we can buy for Eid, yes, and feel very happy.
People from different parts of Oman visit the Habta of Surur. It is one of the most prominent and beautiful traditional markets due to its great cultural, economic, and social values.
Al-Habta market in the village of Surur maintains its traditional charm and continues narrating stories of beautiful Omani customs of Eid preparations. From the village of Surur, Saleh Bukhalfan al-Rahbi, Al-Dakhiliya, Governorate.
Paramotor sports is becoming popular in Egypt, especially for the enthusiasts hoping to enjoy spectacular views of Egypt's Great Pyramids. Here's a report.
A group of paramotor professional pilots and enthusiasts flew over Egypt's Great Pyramids in Giza during June, enjoying a unique bird's-eye view of the ancient wonder. The event took participants around 200 meters above the pyramids and was organized by Skyone, an Egyptian firm specializing in paramotor sports since 2017. This event included a Brazilian group of professional paramotor pilots who enjoyed a view of the pyramids from above and will enjoy similar views of Egypt's ancient city of Luxor and the Red Sea resort.
It's a big dream to be here. Me and my friends from my country, Brazil, and we are very happy because today we have a very beautiful day to do this dream, flying over the pyramids.
In a similar event due to be held in October, participants will be able to fly over the sand dunes of the Egyptian Governorate of Fayoum in addition to other wonders. According to business development manager at Skyone, paramotoring sport has been widespread around the world for a long time, but it's relatively new to Egypt. It's not just a sport. It has a different goal here, to be able to see it from above and enjoy a different view with a different outlook of Egypt. Skyone says it aims to promote tourism by encouraging paramotor players and other enthusiasts from all over the world to experience aerial views of Egyptian destinations.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq issues a royal decree. On the advent of the blessed Eid al-Adha, His Majesty the Sultan exchanges cables of greetings with the kings and leaders of Arab and Islamic countries. His Majesty the Sultan confers Medal of Honor to the Chairman of the Museums of Russia, Director General of the Hermitage Museum, and members of the Board of Trustees of the National Museum of the Sultanate of Oman. And tenders are announced for the implementation of the remaining parts of the Adam Hama Thamrate Dual Road project. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studios and the newsroom, it's good night and stay safe.